Danyliw Seminar, as we say in French, a Danyliw Seminar, but Danyliw Seminar is celebrating its 15th birthday from 2005 to 2019. As you saw, we prepared a special program. Please, we need to start. Don't talk, please, on the side. We're very, very pleased to have with us Mr. Andrew Danyliw from the Danyliw Foundation, who literally just arrived from Toronto. So we will, in the spirit of the previous session, engage in a conversation, but there'll be 6 of us about, I'll say a few words about the chair here of Ukrainian Studies, and then the seminar and how the seminar evolved over the years. So let me present everyone: Daria Mattingly, Yulia Shukan, Mehil Fowler, Oksana Chevel, myself, Dominique Harel, and Anna Colin Lebedev is here in spirit, and that is basically the organizing or selection committee, the academic committee of the seminar, and Mr. Danyliw. So it all started in 2005, but the chair of Ukrainian Studies here at the University of Ottawa, which hosts the event, has much earlier origins than 2005. The chair, actually, as a chair, came into existence in 1995 as an institution. And in 2003, the dean of the then Faculty of Graduate Studies, Joseph de Coninck, involved the university. So the faculty made it possible for the chair to hire a chairholder, or as we say, since this is a bilingual university, a titulaire de la chaire d'études ukrainiennes. So it wasn't nearly as controversial as with Magos in 1980. Actually, there was no controversy whatsoever that I know. Maybe there was. And so that was in 2003. And the first major international event that the chair organized was the Danyliw Seminar. But the chair, as an institution, actually goes back, or rather the origins of the chair go back much earlier than 1995. We have here on the screen 2 pictures. The smaller one, black and white, on the cover of a book, is the picture of Professor Bida, who was in the literature department here at the University of Ottawa from the post-war era, I believe from the late 1940s, if I'm not mistaken. And Professor Bida then taught literature for 30 years and donated a large sum of money. And he had a student who was devoted and became somewhat wealthy, Mr. Ivarchniuk, who also donated money. We're talking here the early 1980s, after actually Professor Bida passed away. And this money was used to fund Ukrainian studies activities at the university. Publications, talks, conferences, speakers. So there was like a Ukrainian Studies Fund. The first lecture series, the Franco lecture, was organized circa 1985 or 1986, and is still running strong, 33 years later. So,
excuse me, Dominic, you've
yes.
run out of time. If you were here today, you'd understand how important that statement was.
So I'm running out of time, I'm sorry. That money was made possible the creation of the chair in the 1990s. So, and eventually the chair of Ukrainian studies, now, ironically enough, the university in 2003 decided that the chair would land in political science. I said ironically because at the University of Toronto they made the same decision, which was really odd that Professor Magoshi then came out like incidentally in the conversation, was actually a joint appointment in political science and history, even though honestly it has nothing to do with political science, but those were the days. I had something to do with political science. So the idea with the chair was considering the considerable, that's not very well put, taking into account the considerable contribution of existing chairs. We talked about that earlier, the one at Harvard and Edmonton, the chair in Toronto, particularly, if not exclusively, focus in the field of history or literature. That this modest chair here would basically fly on the wings of the younger generation interested in the social science study of Ukraine. So that's the pitch that we made to the Danyliw Foundation in 2005, early 2005, that we wanted to have to create an annual seminar, where initially the focus was, well, let Harvard, Edmonton, and Toronto do what they do fantastically well, and let's introduce here basically political science, sociology, anthropology, the study of contemporary Ukraine. So much happening already. Well, the Orange Revolution that just happened, by the way, 2004, right? So we were pitching in late 2004, 2005. And that's how it came into being. And here you have a picture of Professor Makarik, who was the driving force in the 1990s to make the chair possible. Well, the Ukrainian Studies Fund's becoming a chair, and then you recognize Yulia Tumashenko. She was not a driving force, no, but I wanted that picture to show Professor Kiss. He was in political science. He was also a major actor, and that's me here in 2003 for the creation of the chair. We did 2 years ago a special panel here to honor the 90th anniversary of Professor Kiss, who then passed away within a week or two. So very interesting history.